Hi, I'm Noreen. This is NC Woodworking. Welcome to the workshop. Hi, and welcome back to the workshop. In today's video, we're talking about sharpening. More specifically, how I sharpen. Uh, if this is of any help to you, great. I will put in the pinned comment below links to everything I'm using. Nothing is affiliated, nothing is sponsored. So everything you see in my videos are my own opinions and thoughts. So your views and subscription definitely helps. So thank you for watching, and let's get into the video. This will be for the foreseeable future how I'm going to be sharpening all my blades: chisels, block plane, Stanley number 4, crankshaft 5.5, and so on. All future blades basically. So let's go through and let me show you what I'm actually using. I've got a brand new Jonathan Katz Moses universal sharpening jig. I have a Sharple dual diamond stone, 325 on one side, 1200 on the other. My old whetstone, which is 3000 and 6000 on the other side, and my 12,000 Sharpen Koramaku ceramic stone. What brought this on? Well, my Stanley number 4 blade needed a tune-up. I'm using an Ashley Isle blade, which is an aftermarket blade for the Stanley number 4. It needed sharpening, so I don't have a sharpening video either. So that's what we're doing today. I'm gonna pop this in the jig quickly. I'm using a secondary bevel at around 27, 28 degrees. That's not necessarily important as long as it's consistently the same angle. So pop the blade in the jig, hold it square against the fence, gently tighten the knobs, and there we are. I'll check, make sure I'm tight against the fence, retighten, and I'm gonna go to my 1200 diamond stone to put a secondary bevel. There we go. I already have a burr. Now, what I like to do on all my plain blades and block plane, so all my plain blades, is to knock the corners off a bit so they don't dig into the work. So light pressure on one corner, then on the other. Let's see what that did. Well, I've created a slight camber now. I can definitely see the burr. I'm not sure the camera will pick it up. I'm going to knock this burr back quickly on my 12,000 stone. Then we're going to put a 30-degree tertiary bevel. So let's do that. I'm going to take the blade out of the jig, and I'm using the David Charlesworth ruler trick. I hope you've seen David's videos about sharpening. If you didn't, he's using a ruler just to elevate the blade slightly. It just saves a ton of time in trying to flatten the back of a blade. Basically, we're only sharpening the business end, as it were. There's no need for all of the blade to be flat. Burr is gone. Now I'm going to move over and put a 30-degree bevel. So you can either use the block, tighten up the blade, make sure it's square against the fence, which it is, and let's add a tertiary bevel. This saves a lot of time when sharpening. There's no need for the whole bevel to be polished, because it never engages the wood in any way, shape or form. Again, slight pressure on the right, slight pressure on the left. Drag it back and forth a few times to make sure we have a nice polish. I have a slight burr, but I think I will keep going for a few more seconds. Again, set it down. Slight pressure on the right. Slight pressure on the left. This definitely helps preserve the camber we've added on the 1200 grit side. I can definitely see a burr. Let's polish the back. I'm trying to drag the blades out the other way so I don't damage the freshly sharpened edge. Let's use the other side of the stone, make sure it wears evenly. It saves on my flattening. Blade is on the outside of the stone. I'll drag it back gently. I'll keep it tight to the edge so I don't modify the back bevel too much. I'm not sure how many degrees this adds to the back of the blade. Probably 1-2 degrees. It's minimal. And in no way, as you'll see, it affects the performance of the blade. If anything, it helps. It saves a ton of time into trying to sharpen or flatten the whole back of the blade. Let's quickly check progress. This feels really good. Nice and shiny on the back. At the business end, hopefully the camera can pick up the shiny strip at the very tip of the blade. Now, let's pop the blade on the plane and try it. As you probably saw, it took, what, 5-6 minutes? Anyway, I'm not gonna make you watch me setting up the plane. I'll get back to you once I have a bit of wood in the vise and the plane set up, ready to go. I've retracted the blade all the way. There's no shaving coming out. There we go. I'm a little bit high on the right, it seems. Let's adjust gently. A little bit more blade. Still a little high, it seems, on the right. Just ever so slightly. Little more blade. Lovely, wispy thin shavings. What could be better? Easy to push. I have a little bit of end grain right at the end of this piece of walnut. Just gently push the blade through. And take the thinnest shaving I think I've ever taken with my Stanley number 4. Nothing better than this. I swear some days I could be doing this all day, just take shaving. Of course, this probably has something to do with me being a power tool user for most of the time. But there's nothing more enjoyable than this. Well, there we go. That's how I sharpen my blades. And that's how I will be sharpening all my blades for the foreseeable future. As you probably see around me, inspired by the success of my number 4 sharpening, I picked up the blade on my crankshank 5.5. I just couldn't stop. What a joy to use a freshly sharp blade. As you probably noticed, I'm left-handed. I just thought I'd try something a little different. All I did to this blade was take it with a 12,000 ceramic stone on a 30-degree bevel. What a joy. The surface that it leaves behind is just buttery smooth. I must say, I probably am a little bit obsessed with sharpening, but it does work. Yeah. It's been a great day in the workshop. I guess the name of my channel should be Addicted to Sharpening. Or Planing. Anyway, catch you in the next one. Bye for now.